Back again, welcome back in another video tutorial. So from this video tutorial we are going to start a new series that is strictly focusing on important topics of CSIR date. Okay, so I am strictly going to design this video lecture series on the basis of 2023 and 2024's aspirants. Okay, so those guys who are willing to appear in 2023 or 2044 CSIR net life science, then those videos is just helpful just for you, and stay tuned. So today's topic is about cell. This is unit 2 of CSIR net syllabus, and so today's first lecture is all about the difference between, first of all, plant cell, animal cell, and then we are going to discuss about difference between eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell. So first of all, what is cell? Cell is the basic unit of life. So we can divide the cell into two different parts. One is eukaryotic cell, another one is prokaryotic cell. So eukaryotic cell can be further divided into animal cell and plant cell. So first of all, we are going to discuss about what is the difference between animal cell and plant cell. Although we all know about this, but because of this, although we know that this concept is very known to us, but as this is in our syllabus, and so we have to discuss on it. Okay, so the main important difference between a plant cell and a animal cell is plant cell have a cell wall. Plant cell possesses a cell wall, but in case of animal cell it is absent. In case of animal cell, you will only have cell membrane, or we can say plasma membrane. Not only that, in case of plant cell, it possesses a chloroplast. That is the site for its photosynthesis. That is the reason why plants have the ability to photosynthesis. But in case of animal cell lack chloroplast. In both the plant cell and animal cell, both have mitochondrion, and that is the energy provider for cell. Okay, so those are the basic differences of plant cell and animal cell we need to know. We don't need to know about those things very detailedly, because that is a very foundation level knowledge. That is, the plant cell lacks have cell wall, but animal cell lacks cell wall. In case of plant cell, we have chloroplast, but animal cell lacks chloroplast, and mitochondria in both the cases produces energy. Now let's start the discussion about what is the difference between eukaryotic cell, that means plant cell, and animal cell both, with a prokaryotic cell, that means bacterial cells. So let's start. So the prokaryotic cell, that means they are primitive cells that are present in our environment. Okay, and from them, with the help of evolution, eukaryotic cell is developed. Okay, so in case of prokaryotic cell, the main important difference is there is no presence of nucleus. Okay, but in case of eukaryotic cell, we have our nucleus. So in case of prokaryotic cells, then where the DNA is located? So in case of prokaryotic cell, suppose it is a prokaryotic cell, then in prokaryotic cell there will be a central area where the DNA are present in single loop form. Okay, so these central areas are known as nucleoid. So in case of prokaryotic cell, we lack nucleus, but DNAs are present, not that much of complex and compact format that they are in case of eukaryotes, and they are located in nucleoid. But in case of eukaryotic cell, DNAs are located in nucleus. Not only that, they are in the nucleus, DNA are present in very compact form, known as in the form of chromosome. Okay, so DNA, with the help of histone protein, first of all converted into chromatid, and then with further packaging it is converted into chromosome. That is in case of eukaryotic cell. But in case of prokaryote, they are not that much compact, and they are present in nucleoid. That is the difference. Okay. Now, we all know that in case of eukaryotic cell, only plant cell has nuclear cell wall, and in case of prokaryotic cell, they bacteria also possess cell wall, but the composition of that cell wall and plant cell wall is not the same. But there are there's some similarities between plant cell wall and algal cell wall and fungal cell wall, although they are lower eukaryote. Okay. So in case of prokaryote, the ribosome that are present is not too much compact and membrane bound. But in case of eukaryote, our ribosome is complex or advanced and it is membrane bound. Prokaryotic cell lack mitochondrion, eukaryotic cell possess mitochondrion. Now the question is, if prokaryotic cell lack mitochondrion, then how they generate energy? Because they also perform metabolism, then how this afford those that much of energy? So the answer of that question is prokaryotic cells simply rely on individual environment, on their environment for energy. Okay. Also, that means prokaryotic cell lack mitochondria, eukaryotic cell possess mitochondria. Prokaryotic cell lack both RER and ACR, that is our rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Eukaryotic cell possess them. Prokaryotic cell lack Golgi apparatus, but eukaryotic cell possess Golgi apparatus. So let's discuss about the example of prokaryotic cells. So example of prokaryotic cells are bacteria and archaea, and eukaryotic cells example is all the animals, plants. Okay. Now there are some similarities that are present in both prokaryote and eukaryotes too. The similarities are both possess cell membrane, or we can say plasma membrane. Okay, plasma membrane, and this plasma membrane play a important role as a barrier between the external environment and internal environment. Okay, and they also selectively permit entry and exit of some certain molecules. Another important similarities is prokaryote possess cytoplasm, along with our eukaryotes also possess cytoplasm. But the difference is, in case of prokaryote, cytoplasm means everything that is present inside the cell. But in case of eukaryotes, cytoplasm means everything that are present inside the cell except nucleus. Because remember, in case of prokaryote, we do not have any kind of nucleus. So our chromosomes that are present in prokaryotic cell in a very ordinary form, you can say, in the nucleoid area, are also a part of cytoplasm. But in case of eukaryote, nucleus is present and DNA are present inside the nucleus. Okay. So prokaryotic cell also possess cytoplasm, eukaryotic cell also possess cytoplasm, and in both the cases, cytoplasm possess a gel-like material known as cytosol, and this cytosol play a important role in metabolism, mainly synthesis of protein. Okay. So we have learned about the differences and similarities of both the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, and the beginning of this lecture we are also discussed about the plant cell and animal cell. That plant cell possess cell wall, animal cell lacks this. In case of plant cell, another important significant difference that I should tell you, but I forgot it unfortunately, that in case of plant cell there is a presence of vacuole. Okay, that is central vacuole, and this central vacuole is filled with cell sap, and they provide a pressure against the cell wall. But in case of animal cell, the vacuole is small. Why? Because they lack cell wall, so they don't need to provide pressure against anything. That is the reason in case of animal cell they lack vacuole. In case of prokaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell contains cell wall, but the composition of prokaryotic cell wall is different from eukaryotic cell wall, mainly I should say plant cell wall. In case of prokaryotic cell, the DNA are present in the nucleoid, which is not anything a separate structure, but it is a area located in the cytoplasm of prokaryotic cell. But in the eukaryotic cell, they are present inside the nucleus. Prokaryotic cell lack RER and ACR, eukaryotic cell possess them. Prokaryotic cell lack Golgi apparatus, eukaryotic cell possess them. Okay, prokaryotic cell most importantly lacks mitochondria, but eukaryotic cell possess mitochondria, and that is why prokaryotic cell rely on environment for their energy. So example of prokaryotes we are also discussed about that archaea and bacteria, and in case of eukaryote they are plant animals. Okay, so we are going to discuss about details of cell biology in our upcoming video lecture series. Okay, so stay tuned.